Alrighty guys, this is our gaming and today we are going to be casting a subscriber submitted Kerrigan Survival replay, so subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these kinds of videos because that really shows me your appreciation for them, and then I can just make more, because in this game we are going to be having a very unique combo from what I was told. We're going to have like a Helios Nomad type carry. So we have this guy with Helios, we have Comprehend from the LYF clan, and then where's the Nomad? Pretty sure we gotta have a Nomad here as well. Okay, there he is. We have Nasus, we have Nasus. I'm just gonna call him that, so that is gonna be easier for us. We have Nasus with Nomad, and then cup of lasagna with okay, his Swan actually. Okay, we have cup of lasagna with Swan, we have Sudo with Stukov, and I think I got pretty much everybody. We also have Crazy Ink with the Prophet and Zynistor with Ares. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. Yeah, we have pretty much everyone on site, and on the other side we have Mars with the Haka, and then Simon H with Niagara. Now let's see how this is gonna go. I don't really know most of these guys, the Haka Mars, at least I don't know him like at all, but I'm pretty sure he's actually good because yeah, he's already gonna go cloak and go straight for the one outpost and destroy those marines, which already tells us that the Zerg is actually not dumb at all. They're very smart, at least the Haka. I don't know about Niagara though, I've never heard of this Simon guy. I'm gonna say he's decent because he's spreading creep, which is what he should always do. Now what is our hero Helios doing? He's gonna go for the Mass Preserver early game, which is pretty much the most common one. And then I believe he's gonna wanna go for a couple of Priests or Priests that are chrono boosted depending on how many resources the Helios has. If Helios has too many, then he's gonna go for like the chrono boosted Priests. That all depends on the gas income, because it costs like 20 gas to get one chrono boosted Priest, which is very expensive. The Aka's gonna clear up some of the Swan outposts right over here. Is gonna get one, and then he's got a couple more to go, but not a lot. Look at this Stukov. I like how he's just gonna go for the standard corner income that is not so standard after all. Most of the guys just enjoy putting everything in just one corner, one basket. But the thing is, if the hacker goes like up here, he's gonna be able to see this and just destroy them. That's the only risk. So you need to be very careful where to put them. For example, this is not the best spot because the hacker might just cross through here and then he'll just see it. A better spot would be, for example, I don't know, this one, because it's not very likely to come by here. It's just a three-way road intersection, not like the others. But okay, you do use Stukov. So far he's been doing great. Now look at the Helios, gonna go for the 4 Dragoons, just enough to one-shot a Zergling. And for now, he is gonna be doing just fine. Now the Haka is very close to Lasagna and to Helios' outpost. Now I don't know what this is. Okay, the Haka knows about this. Wait, what? He just retreated. Okay, he retreated there last second, but he realized, wait a minute, there's something in here, and Helios is gonna try to salvage this in time, but the Haka's not even gonna spawn Zerglings to destroy this. I guess he just, okay, he spawned them, but come on, that was late. He spawned them right after the dude salvaged. What is this, the Haka? Why are you even doing this? He's gonna go to the left right now with all of the links towards, I believe, the Helios, or no, that's the Swan, because he knows. He's gonna go after Nasus and then Swan, because these two guys are getting outposts, and apparently the Haka just hates outposts overall. Now Helios, did he get like a Priest or something? Okay, yeah, he did. Look at that. Finally, first Priest. Is of course not gonna be able to chrono boost it. He needs to just get more structures. Will he go for, okay, he's gonna go for some cannons, which is kind of weird, I'm gonna be honest with you. Because even though cannons overall do more damage, they cannot move, which kind of makes them susceptible to like getting destroyed here. Now I don't know what these are for. Like 2 Dragoons and then 3 cannons. This is a very weird outpost here. Now the Nomad in the meantime has been farming really well. Where is his income? Can I just check it? Can I see where it is, Nomad? He has to have income. There's no way he doesn't. He's now trying to hold off the Haka here who just found him. He's even gonna go for some angels. These guys are pretty expensive for what they do, but I guess in case Zerglings get their upgrades, at least the +1 armor, those angels won't have a hard time dealing with them. So that's kind of the main reason why you would go for that. Now let me hear. Okay, there is his income actually. Nasus has his income on the top left. In a pretty obvious spot, but he does have it walled off, so I like that. The dude is ready for the Haka to just attack him. Look at the Prophet. He even put an explosive ward here to destroy whatever Zerglings they're gonna encounter. Now the Helios has no idea what is going. He's gonna try to salvage. Okay, no way. Will he manage to... he'll manage to salvage like one of those structures, which is not a lot. I'm gonna be honest, Helios. He hasn't been doing too well so far. But at least he's got the resources for tons of Priest. Now Prophet almost is gonna die by the Haka. You have to remember the Haka does do a lot of anti-air damage. His anti-air attacks are very strong. I don't know about going over the Nomad base, Prophet. He should have gone to the right, not to the left, but okay. The Haka for now will just not see the Nomad income, and that's gonna make it be very safe. Now it's a pain to have to like destroy this lab here, mostly because you lose 85% of, or I guess you lose 15% of your resources, because for salvaging you do get 85%, so you don't want to salvage like at all. It's just a bad thing to do. That can set you back like 5 minutes in total, because you know the income scales exponentially. That's how it works. Yaka's gonna go after Pseudo right here. I mean, these structures have no chance, because that's the risk. If your structures get found, there is no way you get to like salvage them. Now, this is even a bit of feed that I'm looking at this, because Stukov doesn't really hold back on these outposts, on these groups of units, even though these infested marines are not even necessary. You could just go for small ones, and that'd be just fine. Okay, so you have to remember that. Now, the Haka is going to destroy even again Comprehend's outpost. He's gonna have to salvage once again. He will manage to do it for most of these structures. Yeah, there they go down, and then the Haka is gonna have to go to the right, and he's just gonna go after somebody else. By the way, he does have 1-1, so these Zerglings are scary. Now we even have we have Nuru with Dark Templar. I haven't seen this guy, probably because he's not that great. His income is decent, but I don't really like it. Only like 7 at a minute 10. That's not a lot. The Haka's gonna find Zynistor's income. Zynistor can do pretty much nothing about this. He's got no deep tunnels, he's got nothing. He just watches the Haka like watches this and destroys everything. That's the best he can do. Look at that. The Haka's gonna go through everything in here, and then Zynistor is powerless to save his stuff. And the Haka will manage to just go through everything and even destroy that SCV with that flashlight. Now he's gonna go away. We also have Pepsi with the Spirit, but he doesn't have that much income either. Look at that. He's got pretty much nothing. He's got 700 minerals at minute 11. I'd like you to have like at least about 2-3,000. But nope, this guy is actually chilling here. The Haka's even gonna find his income. He should be aware. Okay, he will withdraw everything because he probably knows about this. The Haka's very close. He at least will get his income out of here as soon as possible. He just got a new one. Look at that. Yeah, the dude is at the very least very careful with his income, not to lose it all. The Haka's gonna have to go around again. He's gonna be looking for, look at this, for Stukov. No, the Noctul is gonna get found and destroyed. I don't think it has a chance, actually. It could try to spawn some units. Come on, Noctul, will you? Will you spawn some units? Nope. It will just... Okay, he did spawn units, but that was late, bro. That was very late, especially with these +1 Zerglings. They deal tons of damage, like insane amounts. Look at Niagara, even this guy is trying to get back like map control. This is interesting. You don't see this every day, but yes, Niagara can go off creep, and she's not that slow. She has like a bit less than half of the Haka's movement speed. But mainly as Niagara, you do need to be on creep just because you gotta defend. That's the best way you could do. The best thing you could do. Look at Comprehend though. He's still gonna go for more outposts. His income is not looking bad at all, actually. How many Priest does he have? He's got like one Priest, two, 3. Does he have 3 Priest? Yeah, he's got about 4 or 5 Priest at minute 13. Not bad at all, but Helios does need to farm more gas. That's his main problem, and he cannot do much about this. Look at Zynistor though, he's just gonna send a couple of these vultures to attack, but they don't have upgrades, they have 0-0. That means they can easily get countered by any amount of Zerglings that are having just the upgrade advantage. They even have +2 melee. These Zerglings are insanely strong. Yeah, these Vultures, not a good idea. This is not a good idea. Hydra can just terminate them all in seconds. They even have +1 ranged, even though they're not using any ranged units. Okay, the Haka can build Hydras. There is one. It's gonna go down and now. Wait, what? No, no, Swan, you have to be careful. Nope, nope, he's just gonna get destroyed. Cup of Lasagna. He had no idea the Haka was there, because he did not react when he got attacked. You have to be very careful at your main builder or support, because again, if you die, you lose everything. Lasagna wasn't really looking. Okay, look, I know Spirit Pepsi is gonna get attacked by the Haka, but he will just barely get out. The Haka can just cloak. Does he outrange him? Nope. The Spirit is still a bit faster at 5 move speed, and then he's gonna be able to run in circles. Why would you do this, Spirit? Now the Haka knows which way he went. You should not go into a corner. The Haka can see him, is gonna drag him, and the Spirit will get destroyed. Pepsi not running away when he had to, and he instantly leaves the game. When he should have just ran to the left and gotten away, that would have worked way better, but okay. The Haka was smart as well. He for some reason just stayed there and wait for the Spirit. He just waited for so long, and I guess it paid off. But now he has a bunch of bigger problems to deal with. Wait, what? Prophet just got destroyed by Niagara. Look at that, yeah. Niagara now having a ton of actual damage. If you look at this, he's got over 100 DPS. I think they could attack me. Yes. Yes, they did. Niagara actually attacked the Prophet. That's what happened. The Haka now has the Nomad to worry about, as well as the Helios here, comprehend with actually a lot of income now that I'm looking at this. He could even go for a Heaven. Heavens are basically the greatest income units you could go for as Helios. Ideally you wanna have like 2 or 3 of them so that you can properly start basing. And the guys can actually start doing that. Finally we have the RS going for some Vulture upgrades as he should, and now he's pushing on creep, and he does have a lot of income, but he doesn't have any class H workers. He only has like class B and class A. Class H are like by far the best, just because they're very space efficient. But he's just not gonna go for them for some reason. Okay, the boys on the base on the bottom right hand side of the map. Now, good thing the Haka is actually in the middle. He's gonna go top even. He wants to handle the RS. RS here serves mostly as a distraction because he cannot do damage with Vultures. Vultures get easily countered. Now, Stuko, you should know, you should never put this one then like this, because if this square in the very corner is occupied, a Zergling going by right over here can see the structure down, and the Haka will know. So that's not a good basing spot, or I guess a good placement spot. You just gotta like keep that one square like not occupied so that the links cannot see you. If they have Zergling vision, then of course they'll be able to see these, but as long as they don't, you should be safe unless the Haka goes by. Now look at Zionistor, he's ready to evacuate with all of those class B workers. He knows the Haka's on his way. Then the RS has been annoying for most of this game. Now the Haka wants his revenge, or he's gonna go bottom after the Helios. Yeah, look at this, comprehend instantly going into his ship, into the moon, and then going away. Now look at the Haka, wait, what? Oh, he's gonna stop for those units, are you serious? Okay, now Nomad, Nasus, doing very well here with those 2+64 labs. He's just a rich boy, he hasn't gotten found like at all, which is very interesting. The Haka is not that smart, but he's just smart enough to know when to push outposts. These Zealots even having like +2 melee damage, they do deal tons of damage and they will get countered eventually. Now the Haka will just clean up the rest, and the Helios will salvage away. What? The Haka didn't even try to like destroy this. I guess he knew that the guy was gonna salvage, so he didn't even bother. Now here's the Dark Templar with 2000 resources in the bank. GT, what are you doing? He should have spent all of those on income. Now he's getting, I don't even know how the bounty is. Okay, he has no bounty actually. He gets 0 essence per kill, which is, you know, nothing. He basically gets 0 gas whatsoever. Now look at these lurkers. They can easily counter all of these vultures, like no problem. Yeah, look at this. This is just feed at this point. Feed for the Zerg. We're now sitting at a whopping 700 gas. They will soon be able to just max out every single upgrade. They're trying to do that. Now look at the DT. The Haka doesn't have that much energy actually. They should go for the bonus energy upgrade, that does help. Especially when you wanna use spell combos. You cannot really do this with only 148 energy, you need way more. Now Zynossaur is doing a decent job at getting his new base here, and so is Comprehend. He's also gonna go for mass Archons, and I believe the Haka is on his way towards their base. And is ready to push. Come on, the Haka, go. By the way, the Haka has a lot of income, so he's not as dumb as some may think, because he's preparing for the very late game here. Now there are the Hydras. They're gonna try and go after all of these Vultures, and they just can. Yeah, these Vultures only have 2-2. Hydras have 2-3, and they do insane damage. Now the Nomad will have to get out of here, and the Helios will have to try and just push with more Archons. He kinda needs to salvage these. Okay, here come the Archons back from the expedition actually. They were gone, but now just not anymore. Look at that, guy's gonna get surrounded here by Archons. Infested Stukov will get dragged, and Stukov will be focused down, and he will lose all of his infested as well. And poor Stukov will have to pay for that with his life. I guess he wasn't that tanky. And also he did not pay attention. You should always expect a drag from the Haka. That's what he does. He's gonna get Somphs. The Haka has freaking Somphs, no way. But I mean, one won't do that much. It just gets destroyed. You need at least like 3 or 4 to properly break a base. But the Haka just used his last minerals to just get one Somph. That's not even that great. You just gotta go for more. One is not enough. You need 4, 5, 6 to like efficiently counter their armies, because now the Haka cannot really hold all of this by himself. The Nomad with 1-2 is here, as well as the Helios with 2-2. So the Haka doesn't have that much of a chance anymore. He needs more income, which I guess is getting. Yeah, look at that, he's just building more and more. He at the very least knows how to play the late game, which I really like. Usually I don't really see Zerg who can play the late game, or Zerg who even care about the late game. Even though, you know, they 100% should care, they just don't for some reason. And it's just weird. Look at the Haka just going around. Going to the top left, actually. No, Zynossaur is here. The Haka's gonna go straight after him finally. He also has the energy upgrade. He can just drag the RS if he wants to. He sees the RS living and he's gonna go after him. Now the Haka is ready to just destroy the guy. Now I believe he saw all of these walls actually. He saw the Nomad income. He should be careful, but now he's gonna go underneath the RS. RS is gonna get attacked, and then okay, he will just get away. Yeah, just barely the dude gets away. The Haka sees him. He's gonna even double scan him, and now I don't think the RS has a way of getting out of here. The Haka's just way too fast, and then he's gonna get one Brutalisk, and will that be enough? Just barely not. The RS has a chance to escape, but nope, the Brutalisk just destroy him, because they do have +3 ranged Ferocious Spew. That's how the attack is called. Yeah, and they did a stupid amount of damage to air units. The Brutalisks are the best anti-air ground units that the Zerg have. Look at these Archons though, they're going to down finally. The Helios is actually pushing. A fun fact, you can just rebuild everything with Helios at no cost, so he can just get the Archons back every time he wants to. But now the Haka is going to be having a couple more than one Somph, and then these Archons have no chance. The Archons do mostly splash damage rather than single target, so the Somphs don't really get beaten by these guys. Look at the Haka is going to try and go through the freaking Archons. Even though that's not really gonna help, look at the Archon going for all. Look at the Somph, just destroying all of the Archons. And now the Haka's just here staring into oblivion. He's gonna go. He's actually gonna go after the Archons, look at that. And then now, even after their spawn, he could just try and do that. Now Helios is here. Quite vulnerable, but at the same time he's just defending himself. Does have 10 armor from the HP upgrades. He's not all that safe here, now that I'm thinking. He is kind of discovered, because the Haka could just come from any angle and drag the Helios. He needs to block all of the entrances. Now here's Helios, the Haka will even drag him, and the Helios will eventually get out, because all of these Archons can just focus down most of the Hydras, and the Haka will be unsuccessful with his attempt. He's not even trying to get more income. He really should. Okay, there he is. I say that, and he immediately starts building a couple more hatcheries, which is what you should do if you're in the late game. He needs to do this before the Helios gets all that strong. Because if the Helios gets to Annihilators, there is no way you can destroy those. The Annihilators can just terminate even Psalms with ease in just seconds with enough of them. Daggers is gonna destroy most of these Archons, no problem. But the thing is, they're just gonna get rebuilt, and that just gives Helios a lot more resources. He's got 4 gas, by the way, so Helios, even though he's got the minerals, he doesn't have the gas. But he is gonna go for a +3 upgrade, I believe, because I saw that 10,000 minerals going away. Now here are the Somphs. 3 freaking Somphs. Now we're talking. These guys will be able to do a lot more damage, but now the Survivor army will also be a lot bigger. And the hacker will need to up his game if he actually wants to break this base. Now look at that, Helios will get dragged again, and then he will be careful, will pay attention and then just get out of his grasp. He wanted to destroy the Helios with the Somph, which actually could work, because they do like 400 almost damage a shot. Look at them, they're just gonna go after all of those Archons, no problem. But now the hacker is kind of surrounded and you'll need more than one Somph to destroy this army. Now here comes him again with his Brutalisks. Actually, he is taking a lot of damage, though this is not good for him. He needs to like dash out of there, he will, and then he'll just get out of the base. And probably needs to get a lot more income. Because you might be able to break the base if you push with enough Somphs before they can max out on the strongest of all units. But you have to be quick as the Haka. You cannot waste time like this, doing nothing. Even Simon is like attacking a rock. I guess they don't want the survivors to expand anymore, but now it's just a matter of time. The more they wait, the stronger the survivors get, so the Haka needs to push very soon. And again, one Somph, it's not gonna cut it, you're gonna need way more. You're gonna need like 10-20 Somph now, finally. Comprehend is gonna go for the Annihilators, and they're just gonna go after most of the Somphs as well as... okay, nope, that's not gonna work. Again, even though there's like Annihilators here, only 2 of them won't do that much. You'll need like 10-20 to properly counter Somphs, which are actually doing. They're actually gonna go for a lot of these Annihilators. There's gonna be like 4 already, and one takes like 20 gas, so one Somph destroyed is basically 2.5 Annihilators. Daka is gonna try and go after the rock. Now the survivors should see this. The Haka gets pinged, and now they actually need to go after him. Comprehend is gonna send half his army with Archons and Annihilators straight towards the Haka to try and destroy him. Now I guess he will just give up on this rock, because 2 Somphs is not enough to destroy this whole army here. Nope. Even though Nomad is gonna spawn a couple of Black Hammers here just to counter the Somphs. And now, wait, what? Is that gonna try and push into this? No, you cannot do that, bro. You have to run. The Annihilators are just gonna destroy you if you're gonna try something like this one more time. Now look at Hydra. She's also doing fine, but she doesn't have income at all. That's kind of a downside. And she's also armored, so all of these Annihilators do bonus damage to her, which is not good. Daka's gonna try and, I guess, hold with Hydralisks, but this doesn't quite work. Nope, not like this. Not yet. And he's just trying to push through this, but the army is just huge at this point. I don't think they have much of a chance at holding this unless the Haka wakes up and gets a ton more income for infinite amounts of Somphs, or just loses half his hit points to actually tank for all of these Zerglings to do stuff. The Lings are maxed out, so I'll give them that. They're doing a decent job. Even Hydra's gonna be here on the top with the Lurkers trying to destroy this army, and eventually I believe the Zerg will just destroy everything, but not without giving the survivors a practically infinite amount of gas. Here you can see the Helios going for a lot of these Annihilators. I think she got about 300 gas from that. Now look at that, Helios will get dragged again, and she won't even be paying attention, but the Haka is just too weak to destroy her. He doesn't have the upgrades, and the Dark Templar will die probably to Niagara there because he was very greedy. Now look at the Annihilators. They can even do a great job at dealing with Zerglings, in case you did not know, so not even they have a chance. And now the Haka is in trouble, because about 12 of these Annihilators are gonna do insane work. Or I guess 9, like either one, like whatever you want. 9 Annihilators versus the Haka here. Mars is just gonna go around. Not doing anything actually, Mars is not that active anymore on the map. Just gonna run around, get some hatcheries. Wait, what? He's gonna get a Somph. Come on, bro. You wasted so many resources on stuff you didn't really need at the moment, and your income is just terrible right now. I guess you can defend, but not for too long. Again, once the Helios just maxes out on Annihilators, there is no way the Haka can destroy this anymore. Not without the Niagara help. So they have to be very careful about what's going on here. They could even go for a Ghost Nova if they actually have anybody who can do that. I don't think they have, but that's a nice thought. Look at the Archons. The Archons are the ultimate Zergling counter. Never attack Archons with Zerglings. That's just not gonna work. You always need something with more hit points and like who's generally bigger than the Zergling so that the splash isn't as prevalent. Now look at the Psalms. The Psalms do have an upgrade called the Diamond Plating that gives them an extra 2000 HP, which is huge, and the Haka just doesn't have it for some reason. Whenever you're gonna go for Psalms, you need to remember that they can be increased by 50% just from one upgrade. It is quite expensive, but it's like 1.5 Psalms. It's worth it if you wanna go for lots of them. Look at the Zerglings now, the Archons. They're just gonna destroy the Zerglings altogether now. Nido's gonna try and push this from the left, but it's not gonna work. Nido just cannot do that. She doesn't have the firepower or the army to just push the survivors from the left. Nope, she's gonna return to base, and now this small group of Archons is just wreaking havoc on top of everything the Zerg have, including their income. And the Haka is actually gonna try and push from the top towards the base. Not gonna work. It doesn't have the resources at all. Look at this. The Haka is just gonna have to destroy these couple of units. Yeah, this couple of units is gonna get destroyed, but again, he needs more Somphs. The Haka still has no chance against the army. The Helios could just send everything towards their base, and the Zerg would still have no chance, unless the Haka chooses to somehow get income, even though I think it's a bit too late now. It's been just going on way too few structures to be able to do this. Look at the Som, they're gonna go after most of the Juggernauts. And I don't think 2 is gonna be enough. Okay, they are a bit, yeah, they're very strong actually. Look at that. Do they have, okay, they finally got the plating, that's why. They have the diamond plating and now they literally can take 50% more damage without dying. That is huge. You can see the difference here. They can stay alive for so much longer, and now they can just go from the back to assault this own army, trying to go through their income. Now the sad part is that the Haka did lose a lot of his actual resources. Look at the Psalms go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now 3 Psalms can do a much better job than, for example, 2 or 1. They can just destroy all of this, but I'm afraid the Zerg, no. Mars, he will just lose his hive actually. The Annihilators will just destroy it in seconds, no problem. Now I don't think if these Psalms will be enough, but okay, they will with the help of the Zerglings. They will just go after everything they have here, and the Haka will defend against another push, but I don't know for how long this can last. Because the Haka did lose a large portion of his income, and now the survivors are just getting stronger and stronger, especially with the Helios having over 1,000 gas at this moment. Yeah, that is insane. The Helios is just rich at this point. They can probably just push and win the game like this. It's so weird. Even the Nomad is a level 6, the Nomad is gonna get seen by the Haka, but I believe he does have his drone on level 2, so with that defensive drone there, I don't think it's gonna take all that much damage. And the Hydras will just get attacked by all of these guys. Now look at the moon. It almost died. Now fun fact, if the Helios is in the moon, Helios dies with the moon if the moon dies, okay? But now Helios is not in it, so he's safe, even though again, not really. The Haka could just come, for example, through here, go past all of these units and then go straight towards Helios. But it just doesn't have the HP anymore, because they're losing so much. They're losing almost all of their HP to all of these Black Hammers, now that the Haka barely has any income, and they will get destroyed by the Nomad, all of these Black Hammers, and the Helios, and the Nomad combo wins the game. Good game, well played.